revolution in the air. I think I'm hearing revolution in the air. Tell me, brother.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. Today is Friday, January 26, 2004. Approximately 1,057 days that the Emergency Rescue Plan funds for small black businesses in North St. Louis have been held hostage. I repeat, 1,057 days that emergency funds for small black businesses in North St. Louis City has been held hostage. I'm going to start off right there. I'm going to give you all a quick update because I got to get off here and I got to go take care of some things. But I just wanted to hop on here for a moment and give you a quick update on where we are and how we're going to be moving forward as it relates to seeking some form of justice as it relates to the withholding of American Rescue Plan funds. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be clear on something with you, and please hear me out and understand this. Those funds were sent here because we were in a crisis. The American people, all of us, suffered as a result of COVID. The federal government decided to what they call rescue Americans, and they sent monies to help us. Those individuals that were entrusted to get us those funds failed us, and they're continuing to fail us. And I tell you why. We have allowed silence on this issue when we should not have done that. We should have been saying something a long time ago, but they played the game and they did the politics, not politics, I said politics on us once again. And that's the reason I'm speaking out. These funds were sent when we were shut down. After we were shut down, we couldn't go to church, we couldn't go to the mass, we couldn't go to the synagogue. Anytime you sit down religious, that's the first time in my history that I've ever known for all these things to be shut down. The airports, all the jobs. People were confined for months in and months out because of this COVID-19. Businesses folded, some of them, and shut down. And we all had grave challenges and obstacles and hurdles placed before us post-COVID. The American Rescue Plan funds were supposed to have been allocated to us as a people and community and small businesses to help relieve some of the burden and stress that had been placed on us. No one, and I repeat, no one should have wanted to or even had the authority to withhold those funds from us. There was supposed to have been money that was allocated to not only small businesses, but homeowners for home repairs. And you know, you were out of work for months, so you got behind on your bills. There was supposed to have been money to aid and assist you for all of that our local government chose to sit on and hold. And if anybody in their right frame of mind don't think something's wrong with that, shame on you. So with that being said, I want to fast forward and let you know how I've gotten to where I'm at. Because as many of you know me and know my history, I've been quiet for a long time. I was only trying to sell barbecue and make a living and move on. I didn't want to get back engaged. I didn't want to get back out here fighting. But I've been drugged back in because you cannot sit here and tell me that money is sent here for me in my interest, and you're going to sit on it and hold it so you can collect the interest. That is despicable. And especially when I have personally reached out to you and explained to you the challenges and encouraged you to even come so they can see it. I invited these elected officials to come by my business and I can show them the things that we've been challenged with and the ills and obstacles we've been plagued with post-COVID. We, and I'm speaking for myself as well, are entitled to some of those monies that were sent in our interest. So since they chose to do us the way that they're doing us and have a blatant disregard and disrespect, God has instructed me to speak out on this matter, and I am going to help educate and alarm my people, because there's more monies to come. This next round of monies they shouldn't be able to sit on. Okay, that money was sent here for the people, not for politicians to sit on, create obstacles and hurdles and hoops for you to try to jump through, like we at a circus somewhere. Got us running back and forth, up and down. I filled out this application for this grant 3 times. 1, 2, 3 for the same grant. They keep changing it, setting it back, and doing things that make it almost impossible. So many people got discouraged and just gave up. But I didn't. I didn't, because I saw this as an opportunity, because banks will not, I repeat, banks will not invest in my neighborhood. I don't have access to anything other than long shorts, and I don't want to deal with long shorts. So with that being said, we are at a state now where we're going to continue to organize. There's going to be a town hall meeting on Monday that we've assembled. We're going to give out the information Monday morning for the town hall meeting. It's going to be in the form of Zoom. We're going to have a Zoom town hall meeting. We're going to have businesses and business owners that want to engage and get involved at the facility to share their frustration and their hardships as it relates to post-COVID, as well as the process that we've been going through trying to seek these emergency funds that's been held hostage for 1,057 days. So we're going to give out all the information for the Zoom on Monday. You'll be able to Zoom in, and we're doing it this way for a reason, folks, and we'll get to that later on. All this stuff is going to tie in. And I have still been trying to reach out to my congresswoman, who has been not responsive. Let me tell you all how I got to where I'm at. I had become so frustrated with this. I sat down and I got online and I put in elected officials. You put in your address and your zip code, and it pops up every elected official that represents you in your area. I call each and every last one. Didn't care what their political party was, but if they are governing over my area, I reached out to them all. Guess what? Only the Republicans are responding. So it's sad to say that I've been a diehard Democrat all my life. It's sad to say that the Democratic representation that I have won't even converse with me on this matter. The mayor won't talk to me. My alderwoman won't talk to me. My state rep won't talk to me. But the Republican parties are speaking to us. We have a meeting set up with them next week. We're going to document everything, and we're going to put all of our eggs in the basket so we can understand what has transpired and what has happened to us. How can we address this matter and move forward? That's the purpose of the town hall meeting. But we have to document all of those folks that filed for this money, all the people that we can gather that have been frustrated with this entire process, and allow their voices to be heard. And the only way that's going to happen is that we have to physically talk to these people and get their stories, because I don't know what the next person experienced. I don't know what they went through. But if we come together on a united front and position ourselves so that, because there's more money on the way, okay? Let's not get it twisted. There came with this money what is known as a contingency clause, which means that if you remember me telling you, and I've been telling people this over and over, if you go back to March of 2021 to the State of the Union address, the president instructed these people to come back and rebuild our country. They said they had to stop building from the top and thinking it's going to trickle down. The strategy this time was to start building from the bottom up. Guess who's at the bottom? We are. So that money was supposed to start rebuilding our country and getting those funds to us to aid and assist. And they instructed, if you don't take my word for this, people, do not take my word for this. Pull it up yourself and listen for yourself. They told those people back in 2001, this is not enough money that we're sending. This ain't enough. We know it's not enough. But get the ball rolling, find out how much more you need, and send back for it. Those were the instructions. That was the assignment that our local elected officials have failed us on. So let's not get it twisted. I'm not making this stuff up. These are facts, and I encourage anyone to correct me anywhere you find me wrong. That's what I've always done, and I will continue to do. I welcome correction. I love correction. I don't know it all, but I'm seeking.
Microphone testing 1 2.
So that I can arm myself with the necessary tools.
Microphone testing 1 2.
To beg for what we're rightfully entitled to. So, with that being said, if you reach out to me, you can. My number is 314-536-1458. You can text me and request information for the Zoom meeting. We're going to do this collectively. Historically, in the city of St. Louis, with our corrupt regimes, we've had a history of people trying to derail and distract folks when they organize and come for seeking truth. So we're not going for that this time. We're organized.
Microphone testing 1 2 1 2.
With the approach of a Zoom. I am not clear on how many people are going to be on this available to get on the Zoom. I haven't gotten that narrowed down yet. We'll know that by the end of the day. But come Monday is going to be first come, first serve. Those that want to engage and get involved, because that was money that they're sitting on for the homeowners. One of the questions we're going to be raising out of this first $512 million that was sent in the form
Microphone
of
testing 1 2. Microphone testing 1 2.
In North St. Louis, that we want to know, how did they come to the conclusion of just allowing $37 million for the small black businesses? And some of the things that have been done with these board bills and stuff is going to be found out to be illegal, folks. These were emergencies monies. They wasn't supposed to go through all that and procrastinate and prolong. Emergency. We were at a crisis. Those monies were supposed to have been sent and given to the set on to collect interest. That was not what those funds were sent here for.
That's just what they weren't sent here for. That, y'all. I'm live now. I had to hop on here. I thought I had everything worked out for the station this morning. Everything went great. The music and all that stuff was fine. And lo and behold, I had some issues with too much feedback. So I got to go back to the drawing board and work on that. But I'm live right now on Sunday, February 4th, 2024. Town Hall Community Radio. I'm Prince Carter. If you're listening in on the other end, well, give me a sign. Let me know you're out there. Please click on the like button, share, and follow us on Facebook, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel, Prince Carter Speaks on YouTube. I've got so much I want to cover this morning. And if there's anybody out there that want to jump in and call in anytime you want, you're welcome to do so. The number is 314-732-1212. I do believe I can take calls. The only way I'm going to find out is to get a call. So 314-732-1212. You can call in and jump in anytime you get ready. Listen, folks, let me share something with you, if I may. I have been on this thing for the last 3, coming up on 4 years, as it relates to these monies and these funds that have been set on, that was sent here in the interest of poor black folks in the midst of a crisis. Now, if no one believes what I'm telling you, you just keep in mind one thing. To this date, there has not been not a one person that had, even on social media. You know how when you're on social media, and if you give out misinformation and if you say something wrong, folks will be jumping all out the hoops trying to correct you. They can't do that, because what I'm telling you is the truth. We have been failed by those elected to represent us. We were given an opportunity to rebuild our community from the bottom up, from the President of the United States. They was trying to level the playing field and give us an opportunity to pull ourselves up from our bootstraps, as they say. And what has happened is that those folks that we have elected to represent us have decided and chose to sit on these monies and keep them hush up and keep them from the people. It wasn't their money to sit on. They were supposed to be giving that money out like candy on Halloween to poor black folks in a distressed area that are so much in need of all kinds of help. There was money in there for homeowners. There's money in there for folks to get cars. There's all kind of money in this American Rescue Plan, all businesses. And they instructed them to start with the Hood Census Tract. Okay? The Hood Census Tract is, in my opinion, the most poverty-stricken area in the areas that have been neglected for so long. I got to do a quick adjustment here, right quick. Let me do this right quick. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. I'm back. I had to do something real quick there. But folks, listen to me. What has been perpetrated on us as a people, us as a community, is going to be written in history as one of the most horrific things that have been perpetrated by your own people and your own kind. I want you to just close your eyes for doing that, and you sit on the money and refuse to do that. The problem, folks, and I know many of y'all don't want to hear this, but I don't have no reason to lie to you. Okay? I don't have any reason to lie to you. The problem, I'm starting to believe, and you can disagree with me if you like, but I'm starting to believe that those people that represent us were instructed by folks outside of our community not to give the resources so that we can, because it's going to make our values go up, and they don't want that. They want to continue to redline this area until they push all of us out. There's no reason those monies and those funds should have been sat on for 3 years. Now, if there's anybody out there that disagree with me, I would really like to talk to you. The number is 314-732-1212. If anybody disagrees with what I'm saying, I please, for the love of God, call and talk to me. Enlighten me. If you think that there's nothing wrong with monies being sent for a deprived community, a distressed people in a crisis, and those folks that look like you and I chose to sit on the money, collect the interest, and allow folks to continue to suffer. Those were emergency funds. That was emergency programs that were supposed to be expeditiously executed in an expeditious manner per President of the United States. Our local government chose has gotten that money. Who has benefited from these millions of dollars that were sent in during an emergency crisis for our people in our community? Not just me, but my people, my community. And folks think I'm wrong for continuing to talk about that? I'm not going to just talk about it. I'm going to find a way to do something about it. We started a petition drive. And show you how jacked up and how enslaved mentally some of our people are. Some of them are afraid to sign on the dotted line saying release that money to my people in my community. Some black folks are afraid to sign a petition to say, hey, stop holding my resources and give them to us now. They've been in, it's one of those, man, it's one of those things like when the slaves were freed and some other slaves in the field, they didn't want to believe it, so they said, no, we ain't free. Mr. Charlie ain't sent no money for us. Mr. Charlie don't want us to better ourselves and our community. The President of the United States, post-COVID, send hundreds of millions. Right now, I'm counting. We've calculated over $1 billion to aid and assist folks in the distressed area during the midst of a crisis. To this day, many of us still suffer from the residual effects of COVID. But because of who we are and where we come from, we've learned to adjust. You can't make this stuff up, people. It's impossible. I can't make this up. And I challenge anyone to show me anywhere where I'm incorrect or I'm wrong. Enlighten me. I dare you. How dare you? I know what the money was sent for. I know who sent the money. And I know that poor black folks in North St. Louis have not benefited from hundreds of millions of dollars. Over $1 billion have not seen any form of progress, any form of relief. But black folks don't care. They don't want that money. The black community don't deserve it, according to our elected officials. We don't deserve it. That's why they're sitting on it. That's why they're drawing the interest off of it. And that's why they're allowing people to continue to suffer. This is unreal, man. This is unreal. And this is going to go down in history. This is history in the makings. We can't get around it. Let me tell y'all this. I love Tashara Jones. I really do. I voted for this sister for state rep. I voted for her for city treasurer. And I voted each time she ran for mayor. She won't even talk to me about this. And I feel, so saddened that you can have such a blatant disrespect for your people and your community when you made a commitment to help erase the Delmar divide. The president and the federal government provided you some resources with sitting on monies to erase the Delmar divide. Ladies and gentlemen, we got money sitting around that could be utilized to rebuild schools back in our own neighborhoods and our own community. They have monies on the table that they're sitting on, so our children don't have to continue to be bused into areas where they're not wanted and not welcome. We can build schools right back in our own neighborhoods. There's money on the table, but they don't want you to know about it. They don't want us to talk about it. Why do you think that is? You can't make this stuff up, people. You can't make it up. And I, for one, will not continue to sit back and say nothing. I told you, I had the utmost love and respect for Mayor Jones. Love her like a play cousin. But this is bad, people. Any way you look at it, it's bad. I don't have no reason to lie to you. I'm telling you this here. Hear me out. I voted for this woman and been rooting for her. And I spoke to her. I didn't speak to her. I texted her. She wouldn't talk to me. She sent me a text and told me to go to St. Louis Development Corporation. Talk to them. The people that she disenfranchised people and communities the resources where they didn't have to shut down. And that is reason they sent so much money. But here's the kicker, folks. Don't please, whatever you do not sleep this part I'm about to tell you. Don't miss this. Stop whatever you're doing. Give this your undivided attention, what I'm about to say. Please give this your undivided attention, what I'm about to say. The instructions were, take this money, because of the corrupt historical political structure we have. They said, we're not going to give you all the money. We're going to give you some of it to get started. Then figure out how much more you need and send back for it. Those were the instructions that was given 2-3 years ago to our local government. But they decided that they would keep it hush-hush, sit on it, draw the interest, and let the people continue to suffer. Not saying that this ain't enough, we need more money. Now what they've created, when I say they, I'm speaking in terms of St. Louis Development Corporation, with their, I call it a pyramid scheme that they're running. on how people to get these emergency funds. This is emergency money from the federal government designated to people that were in a crisis situation, in a crisis mode. You don't have to compete for no money like that, people. That's not a competition. But they create the illusion and had you believing that you had to compete for federal assistance during a crisis when the federal government was committed to rescuing America, bailing out America. 732-1212. I dare you to show me anywhere where I'm wrong. Anything that I'm saying not be factual or truthful. I dare you. How dare you? This is really sad, folks. It's really bad. It's unacceptable. It's despicable. And the local media won't talk about it. They in cahoots with the powers to be to keep poor black folks down. They don't want us to rise up. They don't want us to do better. They don't want us to look better. They keep the resources from you so you can continue to ride and look at boarded up buildings and vacant lots, abandoned businesses because if they couldn't survive through the COVID-19. They want this. They welcome that because they got plans for this area and Negroes don't fit in it. Poor black folks don't fit in the plans. I don't know what to tell y'all, man, but if you're afraid to sign, at least help me find someone that's not afraid to sign the petition. And stop asking for what belongs to you. Demand that those monies are released to the people immediately. And try to get in line and send back for some more because we need it. Yes, we do. We've been blackballed, redlined for so long as a people and as a community. And soon as somebody comes along and trick us, because I feel like I've been tricked.
I think I'm hearing revolution in the air. Tell me, brother, talk to me, sister.
It is time for us to use our power. Please do not beg folks for power. Nobody is going to give it to you. You were born with power.
Some very sad news for all of you and people who love peace all over the world. Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis.
I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. You pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that's below that the
How do we heal this wound? How do we heal this wound, y'all? How do we heal this wound? This is Prince Carter. I'm coming to you live via the World Wide Web. This is Town Hall Community Radio, broadcasting live out of North St. Louis. I would consider myself the pride of the North Side. This program is sponsored in part this hour by King Prince Barbecue, located at 2700 Union. That's King Prince Barbecue, 2700 Union. Ribs, tips, snooks, pork steaks, chicken, hot links, Polish. Trust and believe every day it's going to be fresh off the grill. So I had to calm down a little bit and get back to what's going on and we're looking for folks that are north of Delmar from Jefferson clean to the city limit. Anyone in that geographical boundary can sign the petition. If you can't come and get the petition to sign, we got it set up now where you can sign it online. You have to text me or email me and I will get you the link where you can go and sign online if you're not afraid. We got to stop being scared. It's 2024. We can't afford to be afraid anymore, people. We have to stop moving in fear. The God that I serve and the God that I cherish so dearly assures me that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I believe that. And that's the reason I'm talking about this. And I've been talking about it for the last 2-3 years about this money. And because it's our money. It's not their money. The city of St. Louis didn't come up with a dime to try to match any of this money. This money is from the federal government post-COVID. It's a part of that $1.9 trillion of the American Rescue Plan funds. They've come up with additional programs. They got the Recompete pilot program, where you can begin to start building schools in your own neighborhoods. Nobody told you about that, did they? There was supposed to be money for this geographical area, the Hood Census Tract in North City. Touch this until they're instructed to do so, because folks that are carrying this out are protected. That's the reason folks are afraid and scared. You can agree or disagree, folks, but this is wrong on so many levels. And I, for one, will not continue to sit idly by and not open my mouth about what the federal government sent in my interest for me. I will be less than a man. It's just like if they sent you my money and you got my money and I'm too afraid to ask you for my money. What does that say about me? How does that make me look? Cough it up. I voted for this sister for state rep. I voted for her for treasurer. Voted for her 3 times for mayor. And she won't even talk to me. That's the type of representation. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Who else bears responsibility in this? Our Congresswoman. If y'all want to give her a pass, you go right ahead. But I'm going to tell you this. She was up there and helped sign for the money. Okay? So she had to help sign off on it. She knew about the money. Did she do anything to let poor black folks know in this disenfranchised area that this money was available for them? I bet you she let you know about a campaign coming up. I bet you that. I bet you she gonna say vote for me. She gonna set you free. I bet you that. I finally got a meeting on the 12th. This is not that important. I gotta wait till the 12th of February for that money. But we have been conditioned and programmed to walk in fear and afraid to ask for what is rightfully yours. That doesn't make sense to me, people. They got folks so scared, so afraid that they won't even sign a petition. And we're making it as simple as possible. You can come get it. We'll send it to you. You can sign it online. There's no reason we shouldn't have 1,000 signatures today. There's no reason. But people are afraid. People, we can make our community look so much better and do so many things with access to those resources that were sent by the federal government post-COVID in the interest of poor black folks and poor black businesses in North St. Louis City. Those that represent us are sitting on those funds. And my sinus is really killing me this morning. I might need to take a quick break so I can get some more medicine in me. And I'm gonna be right back, folks. Please don't you dare. I said don't you dare go nowhere. I'll be right, I'm back. I had to take a little medication right quick. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that a lot of you guys and gals are just finding out about this, but I've been talking about these monies for coming up on 4 years now. I sat and watched the State of the Union twice when the president issued those instructions. You know, I tell folk all the time that, okay, caller, are you there?
I'm right here.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Casey. We're live on the Information Superhighway. We're broadcasting live on Facebook as well as streaming on our YouTube channel. It's called King Prince Awesome. It speaks volumes to the guy that's running for president.
Yeah, I mean, that project, which is a Republican project, is, the Lincoln Project, they do fabulously good work. But this is really one of the best ones that I've ever seen.
They nailed that one. They nailed that one, Mark. Trump wants to be a dictator. He doesn't want to be a president. He wants to dictate the future of this country.
He said it, and people go, oh, well, he doesn't really mean it. It's really stupid, and it really is. It's an Adolf Hitler thing. I
think it's worse. I think it's worse than Adolf Hitler. I
don't think you can be worse than Adolf Hitler. But you know what? If you take what he has said about African people poisoning the blood of America, I mean, what more do you need? And the funny part of that is I show it to people, and I'm talking about black people now, Prince, and you know what they say? They say he doesn't mean it. And I say to them that is exactly what certain Jews said about Hitler in Germany in 1939-40. They said, he doesn't mean us.
Right.
But it was, how many times do they need to rerun this show before people understand what they're getting into? And this time, it's not Jews, it's on the air.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to remind you. Mark,
yeah, we'll behave. I'll behave on that.
Okay, because I don't want to have to call the prisoner back on you.
Say again?
I said I don't want to have to call the prisoner back to come back and get you, the prisoner of love.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you can get the prisoner to respond to anything, you will be the man of the year on Time Magazine. I'll tell you that.
Well, let me ask you this: can I get you to respond to the president of the United States sending billions of dollars to poor black folks in North St. Louis City, and those that represent them sit on the money and keep it from the people? Can you respond? Do you think that's a good idea to hold money back?
Here's the problem with that. I know that you're big on this, but I think you're on the wrong subject, and I'll tell you why. Because every one of these people that you're talking about realizes that it's messed up. They know they got to fix it. They know that this is not right, and they intend to get it right. Now, honestly, somebody else could say to me, well, what do you mean they intend to? Why don't they just do it? Well, government and the law, it's not all that simple. And sometimes they mess things up because they just made a mistake in the process.
Mark Casey.
The process